What's up, Visionaries? Welcome back to the Arc Vision Fam Jam. My name is Anton. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fantastic day because today's supporter squad request is for CELINE DION, and this time, That's the Way It Is. And before we get into this one, I do want to say you guys rock. Thank you for all the love. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, and at the same time request songs, albums, and get exclusive access to uncut full album reactions, and a whole bunch of other stuff, definitely join everyone in the supporter squad on the Patreon for the price of a large pizza, and that is also what funds the entire channel. So if you want to help out and keep this thing alive, that is how. And of course, big shout out and thank you to my supporters. I love you guys. Also to everybody, if you want to get a hold of myself and the entire Arc Vision community, we're on Discord. Find us there. Link down below is for free to anyone who doesn't know. And yeah, lastly, also links down below to my podcast and to official merch if you're interested. And that's it. So let's get into CELINE DION. That's the Way It Is. I like the vibe already. Just like happy, triumphant. She looks so young here, wow.
I can read your mind, and I know your story. I see what you're going through, yeah. It's an uphill climb, and I'm feeling sorry, but I know it will come to you.
Okay, I love this, and the funny thing, I was just thinking when CELINE sings, it's not even her voice, it's just her presence, her energy, her vibe, her aura is like, it's so powerful. Like, and I mentioned this with the Ashes video, but like she comes across very confident. Like at the end of that video, she has this like snarky comment, right? She's like, "I'm the shit," or something like that, right? And I'm like, oh man, like she's really confident. But then even in this, I'm like, it's confidence, but also it's like this extreme belief in life. Like she has, like when she says, I have the lyrics right here. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. Just the simple statement, like, and that's the way it is. Like she has such a belief, like a fundamental belief in life. Like it's so refreshing that when she says that, it doesn't come across forced. It doesn't come across overly arrogant. It's just, it doesn't even come across as like oh, confident. It's just like, nah, that's the way it is. You know what I mean? There's no doubt in her mind that love comes to those who believe it. And anyway, we will get more into that because that reminds me of like Abraham Hicks, law of attraction stuff. A lot of stuff my mom's into. My mom, and definitely me too, 100%. But we'll definitely get into that later. But I love this song's vibe. Like it's just, it could so easily, when I read the lyrics, fall into cheesiness. But the way it's presented is not. It's very grounded. It's like the. That's all I'll say. It's just very real. It's authentic. But let's get back into it. I'm loving it so far.
And that's the way it is. When you question me for a simple answer, I don't know what to say. No, but it's plain to see. If you stick together, you're gonna find a way. So don't surrender, 'cause you can win.
It's like tongue-in-cheek too. I love that note.
When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's
beautiful background music. Does he not have a hand?
Life is empty with no tomorrow, and loneliness starts to call. Baby, don't worry, forget your sorrow, 'cause love's gonna conquer it all. Oh, when you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it. Don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it is, baby. That's the way it is. Don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it. And that's the way it is.
Man, I love Celine Dion. One thing I really immensely respect about her is that she has such a simple way of in her videos and her music, just like celebrating the small things. Like I find with what we've listened to, like it's never over the top. Like it's just celebrating life. It's just celebrating, you know, what's right in front of her eyes. It's not this big thing of, you know, the friggin', you know, rain's coming down and, you know, they meet like, you know what I mean? Like the movies, and, you know, I love that stuff too, but it's just like, she just has such a just, oh, she has a sparkle in her eyes. I noticed that when I was watching the video. She just has like this very like sparkle in her eyes. Like she just seems like a content person. And I hope that's true. Not even like just for her. I just hope that that's real. Because if that's real, like, man, that's such a beautiful way to be. And yeah, what a beautiful song. Like that kind of sums up everything. I sometimes find with Celine Dion, her music, because there's that beautiful simplicity, it's like a lot of the time I can go on these like big monologues and kind of like things bring me in all of these different directions, where her stuff is like is really simple. Like it's actually kind of quiet, rather than getting my brain, you know, running in a million directions about how interesting this line is or that thought like provoking comment or this. Her stuff is just like really embodied. Like I feel it in my heart. Like when I listen to this song, like I just have this like smile on my face. I'm just like that's beautiful. Like and I think that's like the most important thing, is like that's what like every, you know, religion has been saying. Beyond religion, every like true spiritual master since the beginning of time, they're just like, you know, enlightenment is right here. You know what I mean? In every moment you have the ability to reach enlightenment. Enlightenment is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing you achieve and then it's done. It's like in every moment, it's just finding the beauty in everything, in every moment. And again, in some respects, like Celine Dion, I haven't heard that much of her music, but it seems to be like very enlightened from that perspective. Like it's just celebrating the simple things. And I think, you know, so much time we get so far away from that. We're always like, we're trying to figure out how profound things are all the time. Myself included. And sometimes it's just the simple things. Sometimes it's just, you know, that beautiful voice and more than just the voice. Celine Dion can't be summarized or distilled into her voice. She's so much more. Is who she is what she represents, is what she radiates. It's just her aura, her energy. And like this song, like, you know, I was gonna say like my mom like kind of got me into the law of attraction stuff 4 years ago. Like she was listening to a lot of Alan Watts, Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, a lot of that kind of stuff. There's probably other things as well I'm forgetting, but Esther Hicks is the big one. And I got really into it, and it's just like I just love that stuff. It's just, you know, if yeah, that's what I believe. You know, I'm not even gonna justify it. It's just how I view things. I've always viewed things ever since I got into it. And it seems like this is what this song's about, kind of law of attraction, right? You know, love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is, right? And yeah, and I love that too. Yeah, when you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left without, your heart's left in doubt, because that's the whole thing. Is like faith is meaningless if you knew the answer. Like I was listening to a podcast one time with Aubrey Marcus, and he was talking about how he gave up on the idea of love. He had been searching. In some respects, I see myself very similar to Aubrey, like, where, like, you know, we have these big ideals about life. Like, you know, I'm very much a dreamer. I'm an optimist, right? And, you know, sometimes I've heard, like, oh, you know, you just have to settle, or, you know, just, you know, what you're looking for doesn't exist, right? You're idealizing something too much. And that's true. You know, you can fall into that. But then there's also just like, no, like I have maybe not expectations for my life, but yeah, expectations for my life. Like, I know I want a beautiful life, and I live a beautiful life. It's like the first thing I did is I wanted a beautiful life, and then I started living that. And now, like, I love my life, right? And this is what one thing Aubrey said is, because he just got married. He's, I think, 42 years old. And he just never found the one. He's like, I just never found the one I knew I was supposed to be with. You know, I was in this relationship and that relationship. And I was just like, okay, if I just find that, like, you know, the next one, it'll be the person. And it was the next person, the next person. And then he's like, he got to the point where I think he was like 41 years old or something. Yeah, he's either 38 or 42. He's one of those. So he's either 37 years old or 41 years old. I think actually he's 38. So he was 37, and he's just like I just, for the first time in my life, like, I just gave up on the idea of love. He's like, oh, he's just like, it got really dark for me, because I stopped believing it. Like, my heart got crushed, you know, one too many times. And he's just like, oh, I'll just settle. You know, I'll just, you know, the next person, I'll just settle, right? And then the next person he meets is his present wife, Vylana, who he's just like, yeah, I've never, like she's just the one. She's the one that had my dream. She's the one that I envisioned at night and stuff, that you know, you write them down in your book and everything. And he's like, it was her. And then she thought the same, and then she felt the same thing. And he's like, yeah, it never, like, you never met someone where it just felt so at home being with that person. Like, it was like literally like a soul contract or a soulmate, you know, coming into this life, right? And yeah, my mom's like that too. Like, after her, you know, divorce with my father, you know, being with him for 25 years, she you know, she knows what she's looking for, and she's still kind of happy being single right now, because she's still just really getting to a place in herself where she's comfortable being by herself, so she can actually allow someone into her life. And this is kind of similar actually to my godmother, because she was told her entire life she couldn't get pregnant, and the thing she wanted most in life was a child, right? I think I've told the story before, but yeah, like, you know, every doctor, she went to doctor after doctor after doctor, and they kept saying like, oh no, that's impossible, you know, you literally, you can't get pregnant. And then randomly, I think she was 45 years old, and she randomly got pregnant, and she's like the happiest mother ever, and she has a beautiful daughter. And yeah, and sometimes I think about these stories, I'm like, some people, they seem to have such simple things taken from them or held away from them. Like Aubrey, you know, because Aubrey's a real romantic, you know, he's someone he's into law of attraction, all that kind of stuff, and he's a poet, he's a podcaster, he's a big kind of mentor of mine, someone I really look up to in my life, and because I see a lot of myself in him, I feel like we're very similar. And, you know, he had love kind of held back from him his entire life, the thing he wanted most, and then my godmother had a child held back from her, the thing that she wanted the most. And I find the thing is, when you get people like that, when the very thing they're looking for in life they're withheld from. I find they don't take it for granted when they get it. Like, you know, my godmother Lisa is just like such a beautiful mother, and then Aubrey is just such an incredible partner. You know, and you know, I feel the same way. It's like, you know, it seems like some things in my life have been withheld from me. Not unfairly, but just like, I'm just like, man, it's just funny. Some of the most simple things I've just never experienced to the extent that I want to, and then other people around me take them for granted, the very thing that, you know, I'm ready to cherish. And it's just like, yeah, that line, yeah, when you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on faith. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. It's like, I read that and I was like, it's so simple, but it's so true. Like, it just gets to the core, the crux of the matter. And that's it. You know, don't give up on your faith, right? I think, is she a spiritual person? I don't even know. But then it's like, but it's plain to see, if you stick together, you're gonna find a way. You know? Oh. I kind of, like, I always say, like, 95% of me, in the back of my mind, knows I'm gonna have everything I'm looking for. And then 5% of me doubts, you know, just like any human being, right? Your brain is wired to look at the negative, right? So, you know, sometimes you can play games, and sometimes, you know, the odd time, things get lonely or whatever. And, but most of the time, things are good. I'm just like, yep, it'll happen when it happens, right? But, anyway, love this one. You know, beautiful song. This is, my second favorite CELINE Dion song. My favorite is A New Day Has Come still. That song is just so beautiful about her son, and just, you know, giving her another reason to live. You know, such a gorgeous story, you know. But anyway, what are your top 3 favorite CELINE Dion songs? Let me know down below. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely give it a like. That'd be very helpful. And feel free to leave a dumb, stupid comment if you want, like sup or hi or whatever, just to help with the YouTube algorithm. So that's that. I'll see you again tomorrow. I love you. Peace.